when you heard an American company, especially a company like this, supplies so many jobs that others are unable to do, when you do that, those people are going to go through a big problem when we catch them.
Before we get started, here's a word from our friends at the NRS. Let's talk about the NRS. The NRS is the #1 retail solution that your small business needs. The NRS customized point of sale system will help speed up checkout, simplify inventory management, and they even offer a secure NRS payment with credit card processing. For more information, please contact William R. Anderson Jr., the authorized NRS distributor, or go to their website, www.wrajrplus.com. Again, that address is www.wrajrplus.com. Or just give them a call at 216-260-4906. Again, that number is 216-260-4906, and please make sure to let them know that the Conservative Bird and Double D sent you.
Welcome back to our channel. You're here with our host, the Conservative Bird, and his co-host, me, Double D, and you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Yes, sir. And here at the Brick Road Podcast, we like to keep it political, talk about current events, and just let you guys know what's going on around the world and keep you guys up to date. Today we got a couple things we're going to talk about here. We had Trump and Elon Musk. They had a meeting about Tesla, right? Or they had
Well, it's in they're basically he met up with Elon to discuss the vandalism that was taking place by the protesters.
Okay.
They've been protesting Tesla.
I heard about that. I also heard something happened with some journalists too, or something.
I'm not sure about the journalists, but I know there was like a bunch of like libtards that showed up to basically smash windows, paint graffiti, and just kind of be what they do best, just be an all around pain in the ass.
You know what's funny? I bet you some of them drive Volkswagens.
Which ironically is the actual car maker of real Nazis.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I bet you some of them drive them.
But anyway, basically, so Trump bought himself, he had Elon pick the car out for him, as you'll see in the video. Trump basically bought a Tesla in protest of the protesters. So,
I like it.
Yeah, so if you want, I say let that clip go, Bird.
And the United States, there is no place anywhere in the world that looks like that. It's
Mr. President, it's on Greenland.
And then if you add Greenland, that's even.
Mr. President,
it's
going to tell the CEOs tonight, Mr. President.
Okay.
What are you going to tell the CEOs?
I'm going to look at this. I'm going to make a decision. Do you want to hear what my decision is? Okay. What's your best of these cars? What do you think?
Well, the car that I drive is the Model S Class
Which
B.
is that one?
That red one in the middle.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Of course you do. Hey, give me 10 of them.
Absolutely.
Well,
one for my kids, one for my grandkid.
Right. I actually seen one of those earlier, a white one.
They are good looking cars, man.
Yeah,
I like them. I like them.
A lot of people don't like the Tesla trucks. I actually think they look pretty cool. They got like a futuristic look. They kind of remind me of a video game a little bit.
Well, I like the fact that you could shoot at them with a 12 gauge and you won't even go through the glass.
Bro, that is crazy.
Yeah, dude, they're bulletproof, man.
I
bulletproof cars.
Right, that's crazy.
I mean, if you're going to go electric, go bulletproof too. Let's see how to do that.
Didn't Aiden Ross buy him a Tesla truck?
Who?
Aiden Ross, when he did the podcast.
Bought who? For who? For Trump?
He got Trump one, and it was wrapped in like the Make America Great stuff in it and everything.
Oh, yeah. That was a good looking vehicle. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
It was nice. All right, let's get back to this.
All right.
It's 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds.
Whoa.
That's fast.
I like the way they look, dude. I'm sorry.
Jeff, they're going to be using it more. I'm not allowed to use it.
It looks fast.
That's a fast one.
Just to be clear, sir, the 50%, is that going to go into effect on Canada or not?
Which one?
The 50% tariffs?
I'll let you know about it.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Pause that for a second. That's great. He's like, yeah, I'll let you know.
We're gonna decide. Let's see how they act.
Yeah,
You know,
hilarious though.
It's so funny to me how people are so in like how people in this country are like, how are you going to do that with the tariffs when all these countries tariff us way more than we're doing to them?
We've been paying tariffs forever.
No.
And they don't realize they've been paying for that in the product too. They don't get it. I don't
seen
get
one. It was like 276% for bread from
That's
Canada.
insane.
Like what? How is that a thing?
And who's buying that bread? Because my bread's all made at Aldi's.
Yeah, he's right, in America. But it's like, it's crazy to me, right? Like, how are people so upset about tariffs?
I think they're just afraid that it's going to cause a serious inflation because, well, you know, dude, the libtard media right now is basically it's going to raise inflation. It's going to cause inflation. Well, it's like inflation already happened. That's already here. That happened under Joey B. How quickly their memory is erased. In case they don't remember, that 35% increase in everything and cost of living happened under Joey B. And under the policies of the socialist Democrats, who for some reason would rather spend more time whining and pissing and moaning than actually taking a look inward and saying, hey, you know what? Maybe we should try something different. But they're never going to do that.
No,
would be it.
They're too stubborn, and they'd have to admit that they were wrong about everything, and we all know that they won't do that.
And they'd have to accept accountability, and they're not going to do that either.
Right. Whereas us, we're like, hey, if somebody does something wrong, we're like, yeah, you know, that was wrong. If Trump were to do something I didn't like, I'd be like, yeah, I don't like that. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, they're like, oh, it's okay. We can do what we want. No. That's not what it is, and that's why people are not voting for you anymore. That's why you are losing your fan base with your stupid policies and your dumb, idiotic ways. It makes zero sense half the things that they support. Actually, like 90% of the stuff that they support makes zero sense to me.
Pretty much, because most of it's based on emotion and and it's not really based on facts. It's based on make-believe. I mean, come on. Again, remember we talked about this in the last podcast about the, with the whole transgender thing, just how many genders they actually have. I mean, honestly, can't they just count the letters of the LGBTQIA and say, okay, there's the amount of your genders? And for God's sakes, can't they pick an even number? But again, that's craziness that they want and expect us, regular American people, to just accept. And dude, they're not changing the message.
No. And they're not.
You know what I mean? The message is the same.
In fact, they're doubling down on the message. Actually,
they are, and unfortunately, the message just really isn't that good of a message. And honestly, nobody wants to hear it. Either,
right? I mean, without a doubt, because look at how majority of the country voted this time around. And we had 4 years of what we had with Trump, 4 years of what we had with these liberal demon rats. Just
that's what I like to call them too.
Completely deranged, purple-haired, nose rings everywhere. Just nut jobs, dude. Complete nut jobs.
They pretty much are.
And a majority of America does not want to go in that direction because they see that everything that they're doing is wrong for our country. And people just don't understand it.
Here's one thing that they forget too. Trump said he was going to do the tariffs. He said he was going to make it equal. Right. We're footing the bill for everybody. So he was like, we're paying these tariffs. So why shouldn't they pay them?
Right.
But seriously. And it seems like the same people are spewing about the tariffs They keep omitting the fact that we've been paying them all along.
Exactly. Also, the fact that they're doing a lot of things that it seems like they might be trying to get rid of the income tax eventually. I mean, I
would
can't
love to
guarantee
see
it.
that.
I know
I would love
Vivek
to
wants
see
to
that
get rid
happen.
of it if he becomes governor. And I'm telling you, I was talking to my buddy. My buddy seems to think that Jim Tressel's going to win it over him.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm like, bro, you don't understand. I said, Vivek
I hope
has
that doesn't happen. That would be bad for Ohio.
Yeah, I'm like, Vivek has Trump's endorsement.
He also has a plan.
Right.
Jim Trussell can't even spell plan.
No, yeah, he's
no
not.
offense.
He was a
No
great
offense
coach.
to the-
Great coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Great coach.
Great coach. You want to put playbooks up there with numbers, X's and O's. He's your man.
Right.
But this whole thing that he's going to run the state of Ohio. Okay, come
I
on
just don't
now.
see it. I don't see it.
First of all, we don't need an indoctrinated ex-president from Youngstown State University.
No.
We don't need any more university presidents in politics.
I feel
Enough's
like
enough.
I feel like this is another we don't need no education.
We definitely don't need Jim Tressel as our freaking governor. That's for sure.
No.
I mean, Vivek is the real deal.
Yeah,
He's the real deal, and he is talking about policies that not only Americans want, but that Ohioans want.
Right.
And yeah, Jim Tressel's just not. I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Bird, because this is important. I mean, I'm sitting here right now, decked out in my Buckeye gear.
Right, but
all right?
Jim Tressel's not just Ohio State. Ohio State's Ohio State.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
no, absolutely.
Coaches are going to come and go just like players.
Exactly, and they certainly shouldn't be going to the gubernatorial mansion.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to see it. Nothing against Jim Tressel. I just don't want to see it.
I mean, I like Urban Meyer even more than Jim Tressel. He's got a better winning record,
and I don't want him being governor.
And I don't ever want him anywhere close to the gubernatorial mansion. You know, I mean, hey, go on Fox, go on NBC, whatever it is he needs to do. But Jim Tressel needs to follow the same suit. Maybe it's time for him to be a commentator or something. Or maybe he should start his own podcast. There's an idea, Jim.
Or, start at a lower level if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean?
I personally think I think it's a joke that it happened in the first place.
It's not a situation like where Trump was an entertainer and a businessman his whole life. He's always been into politics.
Right. But he's also funny and he's also captivating. He's charismatic. People listen to him when he talks.
Right.
Do you honestly think the Democrats in Columbus are going to take Jim Tressel seriously? I don't.
No, not at all, dude.
I mean, we kind of strayed off topic here, but this is a good topic. I'm glad we're discussing.
No,
it
for
it's
sure.
Important.
For sure.
And this means a lot to Ohio too. I mean, anyway, I mean, yeah.
I don't see anybody beating Vivek on the Republican side at all.
I don't think it's going to happen. He's at 82% or 52%. I mean, I think it's what he's.
I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be closer to 75, 80.
Oh, absolutely, because two are going to drop out. I mean, I think who I think is going to stay in it. David Yost. I think he's going to stay into the end
because
he has a lot of experience. He's been attorney general for a while. So.
Yeah, he's not bad, but still, I'd like to see Vivek because I just feel like Vivek could be the truth for us. And he's talking about lowering income, getting rid of income tax. He's talking about lowering and probably damn near getting rid of property tax, which is going to be huge for me.
Well, that would be
for all of us.
Everybody.
That'll be huge for all of us.
I hope he's careful about that because, unfortunately, property taxes are determined by counties. Now, the state constitution gives them the right to tax property.
Right.
That is, they would have to change that, obviously.
Right.
I would be happy right now.
Just lower.
I would take I would take to get rid of the income tax for right now.
Hell, yeah, for sure. Oh, 1,000%. Not only that, though, I mean, they don't even have to get rid of property tax. They could just cut it in half and I'd be happy.
But speaking of getting rid of income taxes, I think the IRS needs to go too. And I do believe Musk has been talking about trying at least shaving it down, correct?
Yeah, abolishing it for sure.
Abolishment would be great. That would be great.
They're lucky I'm not president.
Well, again, they would need a constitutional amendment probably to abolish the income tax because it was a constitutional amendment that gave them the right to do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find loopholes and everything.
Yeah, and they need to find one to get us out of the IRS.
Right.
I mean, hey, they well, now that we see where all the money's going, it's a little hard to justify the IRS.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They've been scamming us for so long and just being frugal with their money and not really, not taking any accountability. And now they're getting all mad and upset that we're actually trying to hold them accountable. And it's just so illogical to me.
I just think that money would fare people better if they were just putting it in some kind of, investment program. Maybe instead of Social Security tax, maybe we do a mandatory 401k tax. That way you get all your money back.
Right, for sure. Hey, I'd be cool with that.
You know what I mean?
I'd be 1,000% cool with that.
I'd be all right with it. Or even better, 5% flat tax. 5% federal flat tax.
Not bad.
All right. That's it. I mean, you pay federal taxes on liquor, cigarettes, and other, vice type, purchases. So why not just do a flat federal tax? Why not?
Right. Instead of just, because nobody wants their money going overseas for all this frugalist spending.
Absolutely not.
No one.
We certainly do not.
So
we certainly do not.
If all that money's going overseas, we could definitely lower the income tax, if not get rid of it.
So I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm all down with getting rid of the IRS. I'm all in. That's all I can say. I'm all in because the IRS equals a ton of BS as far as I'm concerned. So, you know what I mean? They make tax code so freaking difficult that you got to pay somebody to do it for you. And even then, they'll still come back and audit you.
The IRS will give you IBS.
Yes, that's right. The IRS is probably responsible for at least half the country's IBS. I
wouldn't doubt it at all. All right, let's get back into Elon and President Trump. That was a good one.
I appreciated his call. I thought it was nice. This is beautiful. Whoa! Should I get in?
Get in!
Absolutely. Get in!
Have you ever sat behind the steering wheel on one of these?
Let me get in a second.
You want my notes?
Yeah.
They gave me notes. I said, I'm not Biden. I don't need notes.
I love it.
Let me get into a sec. I'll watch Secret Service go crazy.
I mean, if you actually drove it around, it would really go out.
Wow.
I get into this other side.
That's beautiful. This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer.
He's not used to being behind the driver's seat.
He's definitely not. But you know what? He looks good in it, though.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? I think this might be the first time I've ever seen him sitting in the front seat of a vehicle, though.
Seriously, I'm used to seeing him getting out of limos and everything.
I don't think I've seen a picture of him ever in his life where he was driving.
No, me either.
Oh, yeah, even the garbage truck, he was in the passenger side.
Yep, for sure, because he was hanging out the window.
But yeah, he looks, you know what? I like how the car and his tie match.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good color. Really good color for that car.
I don't care what the Dems say. They're never going to produce a charismatic leader like this man. And I would like to say that the Republican Party produced it, but it's not true.
No, it's not. He produced
Donald Trump. He produced himself. He came from out of nowhere, took them all by surprise, shocked the shit out of most of us.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I love it.
Here we are, round two.
I love it.
and I couldn't be happier.
Same here.
That's beautiful. Wow.
I'm looking to buy a Tesla. Holy shit.
That's beautiful.
Can you start it?
Should I?
Let's see the engine. You gonna get it wrapped in gold?
So, do you want to actually drive it?
You don't want me to drive it, do you?
I saw Biden do a
I'll tell you,
test
it
loop
could
here
be-
once in the Jeep.
Yeah,
Very easy.
that's the one that saw it.
It's like driving a golf cart, basically.
You're the only one that saw it.
It's really like a golf cart that goes around. There's no gears.
This is really amazing.
You gonna get it?
Let's take a look.
Mr. President, you gonna get it wrapped in gold?
you go.
Think Biden could get into that car?
I love it. He's taking his little jabs, little.
Yeah, dude, I hope he takes every jab he can at Joey B because he deserves it. That Joey B was the worst president this country ever had.
Seriously.
It's refreshing. It's actually refreshing having a president who we know probably hasn't driven a car himself in years anyway.
Oh,
who
without
could
a
still
doubt.
probably drive a car better than Joey B could.
Oh, without
I
a
mean,
doubt. Without a doubt.
I would be afraid of where Joey B would end up. He'd probably get lost. I mean, dementia patients shouldn't be driving, so
True.
it's nice. It's nice to see somebody cognitive behind the wheel.
Yeah, because we all know Biden probably should have had his license taken away at least 3-4 years ago.
I'm sure Dr. Jill hid his driver's license
Oh,
on
for
him.
sure.
Probably told him it expired.
She
years
lets him
ago.
go out and play in the car every now and then and sit behind the driver wheel and just go like this.
It is convertible. So
Right.
Don't forget to put all the documents in the back seat, Joey.
Oh man, I don't know how she just deals with it because she just gets everything from it.
So let me tell you what I take from this, because I think what we have here is the is a perfect protest scenario. The president of the United States is being protested, and Elon Musk is being protested. So they're protesting at Tesla. And so what does the big guy do? He goes out and says, I'm going to buy a Tesla. I hope that Elon actually gave it to him.
He probably did.
And I'm sure he did, but I love it. It's like, here's the combustion guy. Hey, drill,
Right.
baby, drill. But you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go buy a Tesla too. How do you like me now?
Yep. I'm gonna. Oh, you guys are trying to down my boy's company. I'm gonna help build it even stronger.
You know what I love about Trump? He takes everything that the left does. He just takes it and he puts it right back at them, and he does it. And he forces them to literally turn on their own policies.
You know the thing I like about Trump that I learned from there's this guy, I don't remember what his name is, but he did an interview with Jesse Lee Peterson, and he basically takes kids and molds them into being like millionaires and stuff like that. I forget what the guy's name is, but he's friends with Trump, and he said that Trump is a very loyal person. He said,
I believe that.
He said that if you are loyal to Trump, he is 1,000% loyal to you. He said, but he's also a lot tougher than people think he actually is.
And I believe that too.
Yeah.
Actually, I never thought that he wasn't tough. I thought he was probably one of the toughest businessmen on the planet. I read his book, so
yeah, he used to play football too. So it's like he knows how to get physical.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He definitely knows how.
So, yeah. All right, let's get back into this.
Alrighty.
No, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Mr. President talks about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some say they should be labeled domestic terrorists.
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. I've stuck up for the NFL. I've stuck up for a lot of American companies and other companies, but American companies. I get a very big favor for the NFL. I do favors for all. When you heard an American company, especially a company like this, supplies so many jobs that others are unable to do, when you do
Right.
that, those people are going to go through a big problem when we catch them. And we have you got a lot of cameras up. We already know who some of them are. We're going to catch them. And they're bad guys.
Good.
They're the same guys that screw around with our schools and universities, the same garbage. And no, we're going to catch them. And let me tell you, you do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell.
Mr. President,
What do you tell
your
CEOs
comments.
tonight at the business?
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that
No,
at
not
all.
at all.
We've had so much chaos and destruction over the last 8 to 10 years that it's like we need some type of law and order and some balance back in the world.
Yeah, and the only reason they're attacking Tesla anyway is because now all of a sudden they disagree with Elon Musk when 4 years ago he was their darling child.
Right. Isn't that funny, right, though? Everybody in the comments down below, let us know. Do you think that that's funny that how they loved Elon Musk until he decided to back Trump? Because he was originally voted a Joe Biden supporter, and then he was even supporting Ron DeSantis over Trump on the Republican side for 2024. So let us know. Do you guys think that they have any love in their heart at all? Because they could easily flip on you like that. I have plenty of people that I know that are Democrats, liberals. I'm still cool with them. I still talk to them. I don't care. They can believe what they want. That's on them. That has nothing to do with me. But the way that these liberals act, they want to disown you. They want to constantly run their mouth to you. They want to always blah, 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 and then whine about it when you say something back to them.
Yeah, pretty much. That seems to be their MO. And none of it really seems genuine either.
No.
It seems like whatever the flavor of the week is,
Yep.
they're on it like, they're all over it.
All manufactured.
And none of it is genuine and none of it is for real either. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I don't believe they believe half the bullshit they spill.
No.
I don't think they believe it.
There's no way
way.
there's no way that people that grew up with me and my age believe that men belong in women's sports. There's no way that they actually believe that. It's just
I
impossible.
don't think they do.
What it is that they've been so brainwashed that they think that they believe it. And
what it comes down to is who's bringing in the sponsorship money. Now that you've noticed that some of that sponsorship money for that particular faction of the Democratic Party has been slimming out,
Yep.
Now you're hearing a bunch of Democrats coming out of the woodwork being like, well,
Right.
like Gavin Newsom last week, backpedaling on the whole men playing in women's sports thing.
He knows
he
knows he doesn't
really.
he knows he really doesn't support that in real life. He knows damn well he does.
Either.
But
he never did.
They're paid allegedly by George Soros.
Pretty much.
And it's sad that he has so much control in this country, and people don't realize how evil he is. And
I don't.
You could say what you want, but I've seen videos of Hillary Clinton welcoming him to the Democratic Party, basically.
Yeah, I don't think even George Soros believes half that bullshit. I think it's for him, it's about destruction and chaos, and
he just wants to
tearing things
destroy our
apart.
country. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
he's just trying to bring America down. He will,
all it
because you think he would want his granddaughter or his daughter, playing football against or basketball against men
Right.
in the NCAA? I mean, he'd be lying if he said that he did. That there's no way that he would want that. There's no way any father or any brother would want that for their sisters, their daughters. I mean, it just is what it is. It's all a lie. They've just perpetuating the lie and trying to force us to actually believe that the lie is true. And
But you can live in your fantasy land. We don't have to live there with you.
historically, when they told a big enough lie to win the hearts and minds of people, it was still a lie that was believable.
Right. It's just it's crazy.
we've crossed a bridge now with even lying. Now they're telling lies that aren't even possibly believable. So.
Right. Like there's
And that's
30, like there's 3,000 genders in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and even if you count just the letters of the LGBTQIA plus, you're not going to come up with 75 of them. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
That's what the plus is for. That's why where they get you.
Oh well, math is infinite.
They should just put the. They should just put the.
Gender is too.
It should be the LGBTQ pi symbol.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything times 3.14.
That's so funny.
Have a round table to make in a little while. I just consider this much more important because I want to buy one of these. My whole staff is so excited because I told them they're going to safely use them. And they can't believe it. So Margot, wherever you are, Margot, she's going to use it. They're all going to be using it, and they're going to have a good time using it. And oh, there you are, Margot. Look at Margot's right there. What are you, a member of the press now?
She's right there.
She's become a member of the press. Takes great pictures. What do you think of it, Margot? Do you like the idea?
I love it.
Okay, good.
We're gonna have fun.
They're very happy.
The other day, not ruling out a potential recession seemed to rattle the stock markets. The Commerce Secretary said there wouldn't be one.
Just so you know.
Just specifically on the recession.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
this
there will be a
country-
recession?
I don't see it at all. I think this country is going to boom. But as I said, I can do it the easy way or the hard way. The hard way to do it is exactly what I'm doing, but the results are going to be 20 times greater.
Okay.
Mr. President,
And remember, Trump is always right.
Yes.
Look at what I've said over the last 10 years. Trump has been right in all the time. This is the way to do it. We're going to make America great again. To make it great, you have to have jobs, you have to have factories, you have to have. I look at some of the things that, like this last administration, he was the worst president in the history of our country. Nothing was happening. Nothing. He had no idea what was going on. Our country went to hell. And then to allow millions of people to come in that are prisoners and mental institution patients and all of the things, gang members, drug lords, we're searching them all down now, trying to get them out of our country. And we're going to do that. But on the financial end and the economic end, what we're doing is, to me, it's the most exciting. Our country will be greater than ever before, and it won't take too long.
And what's your message to Americans right now, sir, who are worried about the stock market? What's your message to them as they watch
I think that's all of it right there, Bert.
Let's go see this average. I did buy one of these.
This is bulletproof.
I mean, look,
Pause that for a second, Bert.
imagination,
So you see right here, Elon's still pushing the Cybertruck. Did you catch that right there?
Yeah.
Even though they're talking about the tariffs, they're talking about inflation, and he's talking about the easy way and the hard way to get to where our economy needs to be. First of all, I trust him. I know he knows what he's doing. He might be bullying a bunch of other countries right now, but it's going to work. But the greatest moment here, Elon takes us right back to the Cybertruck. But anyway, basically, Trump's going on about how they're going to, he's going to make the economy boom again. We're going to get back to making our economy great again. And Elon takes us right to the Cybertruck. He couldn't go without doing one quick plug for the Cybertruck. I love it.
I love it. All right, so we're good with this?
Yeah, I think we're good with that.
Okay.
I think it pretty much says it all. You get the idea. Basically, Trump is he's going to fight. He's going to fight them economically, and he's going to make the world make it fair or else. And that's really all it comes down to.
And like you said, you either do something the easy way or you do something the hard way. But like you said, the hard way.
They're choosing the hard way.
Yeah, and that's not his fault. That's their fault. They're the ones that don't want to comply with anything. We don't have to comply. We're getting bent over backwards consistently for years and years and years. It's our turn to get something back. We're in trillions of dollars of debt, but we're the ones consuming all the products.
And we're not even really trying to push them out of business either. All we're trying to get them to do is pay their fair share.
Either pay your fair share or come bring your manufacturing here.
I don't understand why they can't see that.
Yeah, because they're blind by hatred. It's just
that's what it is. TDS at its worst.
And now there's EDS with Elon Musk syndrome.
I guess so. I guess so.
All right. So next order of business, we
Next
got
order
here.
of business.
Trump shocks new demands to Zelensky ahead of high stakes peace talks in the Middle East and how it could reshape Europe forever. So that we saw when Donald Trump and Vance and Zelensky all met up in the Oval Office. So they met again, and Donald Trump is actually trying to get him to get things really on moving with this peace, because innocent people are dying on a daily basis over there right now. Whether it's Ukraine or Russians, people are dying on a daily
now
basis.
It's kids dying too.
Right. So it's getting to the point to where no one's going to win this war. Ukraine's definitely not winning the war. It doesn't even matter.
All that we did was extended the pain of that war in the first place.
Well,
it would have been over. It would have been over in the first 3 months if we had never.
And all the oligarchs got rich. Everybody got rich. They all got rich as hell.
Much.
Bought yachts and everything.
That was pretty much what they were trying to do, and they made Zelensky real rich in the process. $64 billion missing. That's all. I'm going to keep pointing that out. But you know what? Let's go ahead and get to the article, because the article pretty much explains what Trump wants from him, and I think it's pretty straightforward.
And it's not a bad thing at all.
And I mean, in the comments below, y'all tell us what
Donald
you think.
Trump
after you hear
is
this.
pressuring Volodymyr Zelensky into accepting a raft of new terms if the Ukrainian president wants to end the bloody and protracted conflict with Russia, while admitting the country may not survive anyway. The ambitious new terms will be combined with a proposed mineral deal that blew up during tense negotiations that culminated in a public Oval Office spat between Trump, Zelensky, and Vice President J.D. Vance. Trump has now upped the ante on his original requests, insiders claim, demanding Zelensky call an election and potentially step down as leader in order to secure military aid and intelligence access from the U.S.
What's wrong with that, right? See,
Nothing.
This is why Zelensky wants the war to keep going. He wants to continue his power as president. He wants to continue to have the leverage. He wants to continue to make the money. This dude's nothing but an actor. He's fake and he's phony. He has no decorum. He has nothing about him. How do you go and meet with the president of a country that you're trying to make a deal with, and you go dressed like you're in the middle of a war? You know what that is? That's fake optics. That's what that is, because he's an actor.
I thought he looked more like he was getting ready to go sit in the stands at the Olympics or something.
Right. Well, he looked like you seen he was dressed in all black, like he was militant or something. Like, dude, you're not on the front line. You're shooting Vogue cover shoots. You're having Ben Stiller there. You are not a soldier, my dude. You are an actor, and that's what he did. He went there, and somebody taught him how to be a man. Because he's not a man. Somebody taught him and told him how to sit and everything, and how to act towards people. Because it's sad that this dude can just come here and steal from us and steal from us and steal from us, and then say, "Oh, we're in the middle of a war. I'm not having an election." No, dude, get out of office. You're done. And I'll guarantee that people don't want him as their president anymore.
Can you hear anything in the background?
No.
Okay, cool. I thought I heard a little disturbance, so I was just sorry.
You're right.
It's probably my tinnitus.
Yep, you're good. You're good.
All right, cool. Just making sure. I thought I was making sure I didn't lose my connection. That's all.
You're good. You're good.
A little overly paranoid. After last week's, technical mishaps.
We're getting it together.
Cool.
All right, so I don't know. I mean, I think this dude is just on a power trip, and he doesn't want to lose his bank account.
Oh, absolutely. But I agree with Trump, though. Zelensky needs to sign the deal, and Zelensky needs to hold an election and make sure that his people actually still win. If he gets duly elected and fairly elected, and we truly are funding a democracy, if he is, elected democratically, I say it's time to give his people that opportunity to make that decision.
Yes, 1,000%.
Or we're not giving them another dime. Let Europe bail them out.
I agree.
I mean, honestly, I think Europe should have been bailing them out to begin with. But, anyway, as that Daily Mail article said, Trump just wants him to hold an election, and he wants that mineral deal. And he's right. They're going to have to make some concessions on the territory, too.
Without a doubt. Okay, this video you sent me has something to do with Ukraine as well. So give me a little bit. I didn't watch it yet, so tell me a little bit.
Okay, I guess this video has been taken off a couple times already from YouTube also. So we won't spend a whole lot of time watching it, but it basically has it has in the beginning of the video, you'll see a few examples of where they've been kind of forcing conscripts. I don't want to say kidnapping them because that's not
forcing
really
them to join the military.
Forcing them to join the military, basically, and now they have kind of resorted to doing it to kids. And the guy who narrates this a little bit gives you kind of like I said, we're only going to watch a minute or two of it, but it'll give you the idea. I don't want us to go too far because I don't want YouTube to take us down for this. But
for sure. So is this guy a military personnel right here?
I believe he's just a journalist from over there. I believe he's just a Ukrainian.
This guy
Yeah. He's a military guy. Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's check it out then.
Over the past year, hundreds of videos of forced conscription in Ukraine have appeared in the internet. The organization that is responsible for this is called TC.
Yo, that's messed up. You just pushed him on the ground like that?
Yes, absolutely. Dude, I've seen a couple of videos already where they see him coming down the road. They see a young male, and it's like, oh, he's of age. Let's get him. I mean, war is hell. I get it, but that's where they're at right now. That's where Ukraine is at. That's where they're desperate. Hitler did the same thing at the end of World War II. He was taking 11, 9, 10-year-olds, 14-year-olds and throwing them on the front line. And all he was doing was throwing them to the lions. And that's where Zelensky is right now. But you know what? Like I said, let the clip roll,
TCK, Territorial Completion Center. In many of these videos, TCK are beating up men, and unfortunately YouTube is not allowing such videos, so I posted them in my Telegram channel. And this is a pure terror. TCK are acting without any law. They are using handcuffs and zip ties. This began 2 years ago, in 2023, before counteroffensive, and at first it was only in Russian speaking.
I wonder if Trump and JD Vance seen these videos, and that's what they were talking about when they were saying
that is what JD was talking about. He was exactly talking about forced conscription, and Zelensky never denied it. He didn't say
he just called him a bitch. That's all.
Yeah, he just referred to Vance as a suka instead of accepting accountability for it. But yeah, this has been going on for a couple of years, according to this guy.
That's crazy. Let's get back to it.
Big in cities like Odessa and Kharkov, but then TCK started to act in all regions of Ukraine. Mobilized men are being sent to the front line almost immediately. Ukrainian borders are closed for men over 18. So it's almost no way to escape from.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. So Democrats support Ukraine, who have a closed border right now, but they don't want us to close our borders, right?
Exactly.
So they're willing to fund all this evil war going on right now, and they're cool with them closing their borders, but they're not cool with us being safe and closing our borders. Isn't that sad and pathetic?
That's also very hypocritical of them too.
Extremely.
This free democratic state.
Sad and pathetic.
I don't get it.
To this video, I want to remind you that this channel is only sponsored by you.
Pause that for a second.
You want to help.
This is where I disagree with the journalist. He calls it a free and democratic state. Those actions are not free and democratic.
No, not
so
at all.
He's I don't know where he gets his idea of democracy and freedom, but kidnapping your soldiers and forcing them as conscripts is not a free democracy. We wouldn't do that here. And we've never done that here, not even during the Revolutionary War or the Civil War. Nobody forced kids on either side.
No.
Now, don't get me wrong. There were plenty of kids that volunteered. All right. That's different. That's different. They volunteered. But, all right, let's go ahead. Let's get back to it.
Okay.
Helping to make more videos, link is in the description. And I'm really grateful to people who are supporting me. TCK are trying to draft as many men as possible, and they have no restrictions, so there are dozens of horrible cases. For example, in October 2023, TCK kidnapped a man from Odessa with an epilepsy, and he died because he didn't have medicines. There was a case, also in Odessa region, when they took 14-year-old boy and zip-tied him, and when they understood that he is underage, they freed him and left him 10 kilometers away from his town. Sometimes people taken by TCK are dying because of beating. Recruiters are often using spikes to block the cars of their victims. And patrols of TCK are literally everywhere on the street.
Bro, that's wild.
I think the viewer gets the idea, but
that's crazy that's like a thing that they're doing right now. Like, and these are the things that people don't really know that's really going on.
No, they sure don't. We're just kind of learning these things. And obviously, like the journalist said, YouTube has been suppressing it. I'm actually surprised they haven't suppressed this one yet. So,
right.
I mean, because when I was looking for it, it was kind of hard to find. I had to try a different. It was actually the reason I found it is I put Ukraine force conscription as my final search.
Okay.
But I was trying to, you put it as kidnapping, it don't come up.
No, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You got to word things a little differently.
Yeah, they definitely did not allow that to come up on anything. So, but yeah, I mean, you get the idea. I mean, my take from it is they're losing right now. They're losing this war, and
they're desperate. They're doing anything they can.
And Zelensky, rather than admit that they're losing, and rather than come and sit down and sign that agreement, he'd rather just let this keep going on. And I'm not sure how long that's going to work for them.
And what good is throwing these kids on the front line? What good is that doing?
All he's doing is depleting the male population of what's left of his country.
Man,
and that's really all he's doing. That's it.
I don't see how people could. I could see why he doesn't want to have an election, because people aren't going to vote for him.
No, he's still going to have, he's still going to have his, typical communists that will still support his.
Oh, for sure. Just like
I know he wants to call themselves a democracy, but they're just not. I mean, there's nothing democratic about not holding elections in martial law.
The demon rats think that they run on democracy, and they run on dictatorship and Nazism.
Well, they obviously have learned how to redefine that term, by the way, because again, if the Democratic Party realized anything, they would realize that they're closer to the actual Nazi party. When you try to control what people are allowed to think, when you try to indoctrinate the schools and telling them what to think, the Weimar Republic was the first, were the first government that ever tried to perform a sex change, by the way.
Really?
That was in 1922, yeah. Huh. That was under the Weimar Republic. Huh. And it was a grave failure, by the way.
I don't see why that even became a thing. It just seems weird to me. Like, why would...
I think the Germans were doing it at the time because they were, fucking with Mother Nature. They were trying to...
Well,
they were.
Well, not only that,
to see if they could actually do it.
Yeah,
I have a feeling
it's crazy.
Some of the same mentalities going on right now. It's more about can we do it in the science, and less about what are the consequences or psychological repercussions going to be. And I think that they've kind of deviated from that.
Right? Because listen, I'll guarantee. A lot of people regret it.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
I'll guarantee a majority of them regret it. If not all of them probably regret it.
And I have a feeling Zelensky is probably going to regret not, conceding to some of those concessions because, and I know obviously we're getting back off the topic again and getting back on the topic, but
it's all right.
Zelensky has set himself up for failure, and I'm not sure he realizes it. And that was my point of the other thing. When the whole thing with the transgender and the gender reaffirming care, it's just like Zelensky. They set themselves up for failure.
Right.
I mean, if you set yourself up to lose, you're going to lose. It's as simple as that.
It's the same thing with Justin Trudeau.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Same
absolutely.
Same thing.
He set himself up for failure, and he failed miserably.
By the way, did you see the prime minister, the new prime minister, saying he's going to go after Trump? Like, no, bro, you're going to try to go after Trump.
He's only saying that because he knows there's still an election coming. The only reason he's prime minister right now is because the Liberal Party still won that election the last time.
Right.
But the Conservative Party is going to take over, and Polivier, or whatever his name is, he's going to be the actual next prime minister in Canada. I have no doubt in my mind that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So let's end it on a funny note. All right.
All right, that'll work. Let's do that.
So
let's laugh a little.
We have somehow JD Vance became the biggest meme on the internet. I have no idea how this happened.
He became the meme king. I don't get it either.
I've heard of Trump becoming a meme. I've heard of Biden becoming a meme. And Kamala Harris becoming a meme. But, like, Vance doesn't, like... He doesn't say, like, funny stuff like Trump says, you know?
No, he doesn't. He's way serious, actually.
He's serious, and he's straightforward with how he talks. So to find a way to make him become a meme is just hilarious. So we're just going to go through some of these, and I guess what? Rate them? What do you want to do?
We'll rate them.
Right.
How many are we going to do? Like 5 of them?
No, we'll do a cut. We'll just go through them. There's a lot of them, dude. Somebody, I don't.
There's a whole video dedicated to
it. No lie, he kind of looked like my uncle when he has that long hair like that. Well, how hilarious is this, right? And we got this, like, Vance fiction.
There you go. Let's check that out.
Let me see. It won't let me zoom in.
I guess they're trying to say he's gangster, huh?
I guess so, but they put him on what's her name? Uma Thurman, right?
Yeah.
You know, this looks like, the Vance tricks. This is JD Vance in the Matrix.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like,
look at that.
And I guess he saw these and he loves them, right?
I bet he does. They're hilarious.
So here we go.
They are hilarious.
Damn that! I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
All right, I don't have to play again. Look at this, sir. Look at this. Look at that smug. Bro, these are hilarious. The fact that JD
funny.
Look at oh my god.
That one is way hilarious.
That's it right there.
I wonder if Greta Thunberg has seen it yet.
She's probably flipping out right now. Look at this one.
Oh, I'm sure she's losing it.
Oh my god, what is this?
I think that's supposed to be like the man on the moon or something.
Or the sun.
On the moon.
I was gonna say this.
That looks hilarious.
It says, "You have been chosen. Reply to this image with yes to receive your destiny." Look at this one. Yes, this is great.
What's that one called? What is that, Osama Vance Laden or something?
Insala Habibi.
That's hilarious.
I can believe
that
it's
one. Vance Lakes.
Here we go. That's a great one.
Yeah, Vance Lakes.
That is hilarious. Holy sheesh.
Yeah.
The JD Vance code. This is great. Look at her face. Oh my god.
Who's that supposed to be like?
Kim Jong-un. Kim JD Vance.
Yeah. JD Von Un or whatever.
That is hilarious. Giga
Yeah, they
Vance.
have it. There you go. They got them all like beefed up on that one and shit.
Oh, this
Like
one, my buddy sent me this one earlier.
JD dance, break dancing Vance. That's great. The
Well,
break dance Vance.
It's
Oh
just
my
funny
God.
because I'll guarantee when Kamala Harris saw her meme, she didn't want nobody to show them to her, or she wanted to get
I
them deleted
bet.
off the internet. Just like Beyonce, there was a meme of Beyonce where she was yelling, and like they just captured her in this moment where she just looked like psychotic, and she's like, and she wanted everybody to delete it.
Well, it would be kind of weird to see her cackling at herself anyway.
Right? Yeah, that's true. Like me,
She doesn't really laugh. She has a cackle.
yeah. If somebody did these memes of me, dude, I would be dying.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, hopefully one of these days we have a meme.
Yeah. JD Vance. Oh, this is the meme coin thingy. Look at this. The Legends of Bagger Vance. And they
There
put
you
his
go.
face on all three of them.
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, this is great. You know, it's fun. It's great that like I said, we could like look at things like this and we could just laugh at it.
Right, exactly.
President Trump economic plans are simple, innovative. That is great. Oh,
Rather
man.
hilarious.
Episode
That
3.
one's a funny one.
Oh,
that one's hilarious.
They
Too.
put his face on everybody. Dude.
Yeah, they did.
Whoever
That's
does
hilarious.
these, they are like really good. Oh, say Dwake.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, I think we get the idea for sure.
Dude, I love it. Oh, hold on. Here's a good one.
Oh, there we go. What's that one?
JD
Vance memes.
Oh man, I like that we can end it on that note.
Oh, look at it. We'll end it on Forrest Vance.
All right, let's go. Oh my gosh, that is freaking hilarious.
Hey, he's got to save Bubba.
Yeah, all right. That was a good one. That was a good way to end it. Everybody,
That was a good one.
thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't yet, please consider hitting that like, hitting that share, hitting that subscribe, and also, if you could, just hit the notification. It really helps us out a lot. Helps the channel grow to be as big as possible. And on that note, I'm the Conservative Bird. This is Double D, and we're going to call it a night. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
And I'd like to say thank you, thank our audience, and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Good night, y'all.
Yep, because without God, none of this is possible.